and welcome to Wayfaring Panda. I'm Annette. Today I'm participating in a YouTube hop with the Card Hopping group, and we're a group from Facebook with Handmade Happiness, and we get together once a month and challenge each other to do a theme and a technique. So the month of October, the theme is favorite holiday, and the technique is interactive or fun fold. So today I'm making interactive card using Lawn Fawn Sprinkled with Joy. I've used this set to make scene building, but I've never done the interactive oven before. So here you can see I have two pieces of the oven cut out. So I used Copic friendly paper and stamped out the regular oven and cut it with that die. And I cut out the back with the full die. And that way the front you can open and shut the door. Now I'm coloring on my back oven some black marker with Copic, and that's just so that when you open it up, you see the back of the oven. And I'm just checking to make sure that I have all the part that you will see colored in. Now I'm using a pencil to mark where the different openings are so I know where to stamp my message. I'm going to put a sentiment that you'll see only after you open the oven door. I colored most of my items off screen so that this wouldn't take so long. I want to focus on the interactive part. So the next thing I'm doing is getting ready to do my embossing. I'm going to emboss the sentiment, so I'm going over with my embossing buddy. And then I'm using VersaMark ink to do my sentiment inside the oven. And I'm going to use some colored embossing powder. Then I'm stamping Open Me on this little tag that will indicate that you can open the oven door. I'm using the Ranger embossing powder, pink Tinsel, and I'm using the message inside the oven says, "May your holidays be," and then inside the card I'm putting "Sprinkled with Joy." I thought that looked kind of retro, so I'm making a retro type kitchen with pink and kind of a teal color. I thought those would be kind of Christmassy, but not your typical Christmas colors. I didn't really like the pink embossing with the Open Me, so I'm just coloring the back of the Open Me tag with my BG10, and then I used Peacock Feathers Distress ink to stamp Open Me, and then use clear embossing powder. And I liked how that looked better. Just want to let you know there's a really special giveaway with this hop, and I'll tell you more about that towards the end of the video. Right now I'm just erasing the pencil marks, and I'm going to be putting my cookie tray into the oven. So I'm just going ahead and gluing down my gingerbread men. And this set comes with different cookies, so I chose the gingerbread because I thought that looked more Christmassy. Then I glue the cookie tray to the oven, and if you have the top part on a little bit, you can check and make sure you have it in the right place, and since I use glue, I can move it a little bit. Then I use some score tape to attach a piece of vellum to the back of my oven door so it looks like the glass of an oven. I'm not really sure what my favorite holiday is, but definitely Christmas is one of my favorites, and making Christmas cookies at Christmas time is one of my favorite parts of Christmas. Then I'm using some glue to attach the front of my oven to the back of my oven, and I'm leaving a little space open on above the oven door because I'm going to put a tab there. Next I'm adding this tab that comes as a extra die and the add-on, and this just goes at the top of the oven door and it fits under the oven piece. And then there's this other piece you can cut out from the add-on die, and it makes a handle for you to pull. Now the problem I had is, you'll see I used some score tape because I thought that'd be stronger than the glue, which is probably fine. But then as I'm trying to pull the door open, you'll see that I have trouble opening it. So I ended up cutting off the tab, and that makes it easier to open. Now if you do want to use the tab that fits under the door, you may want to use a thicker piece of paper or maybe a double paper for the handle. Then I'm using my glue to add the towel that goes on the oven handle and the Open Me tag. And both of these are dies that come with the add-on die. The Open Me tag has a hole there so that you could tie it on with a ribbon or some kind of a string, but I didn't have any that I wanted to use, so I glued on this Pink Fresh Studios Silver Pearl and did that instead. And I used Glossy Accents because that holds very well. And this is where I'm deciding to cut off the tab. So now that the oven's done, I'm finishing the other elements for my scene. I'm using a piece of rectangle cardstock, and this is the Heavenly White that is Copic friendly. And I cut it out as a rectangle, and I trimmed two sides with my corner punch to make it rounded. I'm just going over that with my gray W markers to make it look like stainless steel. Then I'm just using my black micro pen and a ruler. It's actually a quilting ruler. I have no idea where my regular ruler is. And just drawing a line to give it some depth. Now I'm getting my card base ready, so I'm using this Lawn Fawn Stencil for brick, and I'm doing Distress ink, and this is the Kitsch Flamingo. I'm doing the top part of the card because that'll be our backsplash for the kitchen. Then I'm adding some cabinets to my kitchen. I just cut two rectangles with my smallest rectangle die from Lawn Fawn's Stitch Rectangle dies, and then I cut off the bottom to be the right height to go with my oven. So I colored these with a Copic marker, and then I ran them through my die cut machine in a wood grain embossing folder. Then I set my oven on the card just to see where the counter should go, and that's going behind the oven, and then I just make a mark to see where to put it, and I glue that onto my card, and then I glue on the stove. Then I arrange all the different pieces that I stamped and colored, and then all these images came from Baked with Love, Sprinkled with Joy, and the squirrels came Nutty or Nice, which was a limited edition stamp set, but you could use whatever little critters that you have. So I kind of cut the little hands to put the gingerbread and the rolling pin into their hands. And I glued down most of the items, and then I also used some dimensional squares that I made out of chipboard and double-sided tape, but you could also use foam tape to do that. I'll put a list of all the supplies that I'm using in the description below. Some of those will be affiliate links. They don't cost you anything to use, but it helps you find the different materials. And also, if you purchase anything using those links, it gives me a small percentage of the sales that it generates, and that helps support my site. Inside the card, I put some of my extra images and also use some stickles, which is crystal mint inside. And then I'm adding embellishment to the outside, and I'm just using some stickles crystals for the white areas, and I use my crystal mint for the blue-green areas. And then I also added some more of those silver pearls for door handles. I wanted to tell you about that special prize that you can enter to win, and this is open for US or international, and it's a $50 gift card to scrapbook.com. In order to enter, there will be a Google link below for a Google form to fill out, and that'll enter you into the drawing to win the $50 gift card. And I'll put that in the description below. Also, there's other people participating on this hop, so I'll put a list of all the participants, and please hop along to the next person on the hop for some more inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope it helps you to get inspired to get making some holiday cards and try making some interactive cards. I really enjoyed making this one, and it was a lot of fun. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day.